Hi, Aries. This is part two for December astrology. Now, we were talking about the seventh and eighth house right about the time that I had to close off. I just can't record after 30 minutes, more or less. It starts to just shut off. So I make sure that I always stop it by there. And we were coming into the seventh and eighth house. We were actually in the eighth house. So I'm going to go from the eighth to the 12th house here. And I'm still picking up spirit because I just pretty much stopped it and started it all over again. And I was ending saying I didn't know why spirit was saying reverence. But a lot of this has to do with coming into power, strengthening yourself within your community, your larger groups, your larger friends. But this is also often our relationships and our partnerships. And within them is the rules to these relationships and partnerships. The spirit was saying reverence. So this could very much be going one of two directions, because you have Mars in the eighth house right now of Scorpio for you. And if spirit is giving me reverence, this is saying either you need to definitely stick with the people that you have great respect for because they will lead you, or are you giving respect where it is not deserved? Are you giving respect where it is not deserved and therefore you're allowing them to rule over you? Or are you, I don't want to say allowing the one that does have the respect and does deserve it to rule over you, but follow in their footsteps. Learn from them. Because like I said, this is a time where you're coming into your collective consciousness, your true understanding of these relationships, and are they good and healthy for you? Do they support you, or are they neglective of you? Are they healthy, and what kind of action needs to be taken? What are the rules in these relationships? Are they fair? Are they balanced? Are they just? Spirit keeps giving me reverence, and this may be, learning from someone who you look up to, or why have you given power to rule over you when they don't deserve it, is one of the two things. And what are the joint finances, the joint efforts, the joint resources? And spirit keeps bringing me back to sex for some reason. So for somebody, this could be dealing with sexual situations, even from a child, from being taken advantage of, abused, and reclaiming your power. Or as an adult, learning how to finally claim your power. Or not go down, like I said, breaking the chain, not go down the same road again, or teach the same road again in some form, or allow it. This, like I said, it may not do necessarily with sex. It could be the sacral chakra and how you feel about yourself, your confidence within this relationship. But there's something there within these relationships that need to be altered, or at least noticed, for the ones that are good or bad, the ones that will help nurture you, and maybe where you should follow in their footsteps, because they could help nurture and teach you how to come into your self-worth, self-value, and self-esteem, or where they're showing you where it's going to be the same damn cycle over and over and over and over and over again if you don't learn to change it. I'm sorry, it's just so powerful what I'm getting in right now. And, just the relationships right now are very important to you, on if they support your true self-realization, you coming into a true self-realization of who and what you are, and what directions you want to take yourself. You believe in yourself, your goals, your dreams, your ambitions, and bringing that into fruition. But if you have the wrong people here, the same chain will continue. It will not be broken. The ninth house for you is where I always consider as the higher self. Now, Jupiter, especially when Jupiter was in Sagittarius, I consider it the higher self, but Jupiter's just moved into that 10th house. So the higher self is now left Sagittarius, but it still has that higher mind. It still has that higher mind, but the depth isn't there. And communication is still running through there, and the sun is. So you're still being illuminated in your ethics, your morals, your higher education, your wisdom, your spiritual urges, your gut feelings, your journeying. the sacral chakra in a form, all of your chakras in a form. Ceremonies, and ceremonies also you have with yourself in some form. Maybe that could be, giving yourself the time for baths and rituals, and your me time to help you find your meditation of your higher self. This is saying you don't let go of it. This is definitely a time to still hold on and bring that strengthening to you. Because, like I said, Jupiter has now moved into that 10th house where you're going to see that new moon, that solar eclipse. But that doesn't mean that the higher self moved in there. No. That means Jupiter and his abundance and his infinite knowledge has moved into the community zone, into the larger groups of friends and what you wish to create and see outwardly. You still have Pluto here, which is saying death, decay, and destruction of the old because it's time for the new. And what does not work because we need to make room for the new. Saturn is saying, well, what do we have to shift and change to make that happen? Venus is saying, I'm going to show you where it works for you and where it doesn't, because I'm going to take the sensitivity to an all new level up until the 20th. And I'm going to either make it ooey gooey, soft and chewy, and you love it, or I'm going to make it very uncomfortable and show you why. Ceres is coming in with very similar energy of karma, the threefold theory, and teaching you about what's been nurtured and what's been neglected and where that chain will continue or end. Jupiter throwing the abundance on it until the 21st, when the sun moves in and illuminates anything that all of that hasn't been able to get through your thick head. And then you'll have the solar eclipse, which will definitely illuminate it on the 26th. So this is definitely powers coming in, changing. Even though we're actually talking about the 10th house for you, it's illuminating everything else. I mean, this is the 10th house. The 11th house for you actually is that community itself. When Venus is coming in to Aquarius, bringing the shock and awe to the sensitivity, 6 days before the solar eclipse? So if it hasn't gotten through your head within the 20th through the 26th, Venus and the sun being in Capricorn, Venus being in Aquarius is going to illuminate that with what you need to see. Here's the smackdown, because this is where the shifts need to take place. So this is a positive thing, but it's showing you what you must adjust in order to make changes for the next 20 years to steer you in the right direction. May head under the gut, because Venus doesn't exactly play lovingly when she does have to hit under the gut. But she will also give you the ooey gooey, soft and chewy that makes you want to hold on to it forever. So like I said, I'm getting reverence here. Something about this is showing you either where you've given respect to the wrong people and it's time to take it away, or where you need to follow in somebody else's footsteps. And I don't mean follow, but let them help you understand how to redirect yourself by letting them help you. Your 12th house is where your hidden deception, your hidden self-undoing, your grief, sorrow, and shame and blame, your subconscious becoming conscious is taking place. Lilith is sitting on top of Neptune. Neptune is at his weakest. He's also Poseidon. He's still. So the waters are calm right here where you are, but that doesn't mean you can't see the destruction going on in the waves crashing further away, in the grief, sorrow, shame, and blame that will be rising. Lilith is asking you, where are you burning for you? That you have a fire, a soul fire, and that soul fire was for you. It wasn't for everybody else. It was the gift that was given to you. So where are you burning for you? But she's tricky, because she also deals with ego, which deals with Medusa, trouble, toil, and strife. Are you burning in ego, or are you burning in soul? Because if you're burning in soul, then you can heal anything. But if you're burning in ego, you're not really after the healing. and you're going to make the chain start all over again. I love you guys. Bye.